All right, welcome everyone to the World Cup Watchalong, hosted by myself, Craig White, as we are here at the 2024 Hyundai Archery World Cup Finals from Tlaxcala, Mexico. We're not here. We're hanging out on YouTube with you, and the actual match itself is going to be on Archery Plus, so you want to go check that out, archery.tv. It's Recurve Sunday, and first on deck are going to be the Recurve men, and we are about 10 minutes to the start of that event. So welcome. Happy to have you here. Make sure that you're going to be checking us out here on YouTube the entire time, the entire day. We have men on deck, and then we're going to take a little bit of a break, and then we have the women coming up later on this evening where I am. But I have a great panel all locked in and ready to hang out with you and talk archery and have some laughs. Vanessa Lee on the top, Crystal Govan right there in the middle, Crispin Duenas, bottom left, and our stats keeper and freshly retired from competitive archery, Bernardo Oliveira joining you. How is everybody? Vanessa, let's kick it off with you. How are things? It's been a while since we've seen you. Unmute your microphone.
Can't hear you.
That would help.
Darn it! Things are great. I've just settled down since Paris.
First laugh of the day, Vanessa. First laugh of the day goes to you. Great job.
Of course,
Wow.
there's tough issues with me, but yeah, I'm good. Happy to be here. I'm excited.
Cool. And Crystal, coming off of a compound day, joining us again. You're doing double duty because a lot of people know, as we talked about yesterday, that you were number 2 in the world in compound for quite a while. And then you put the compound bow down and went to chase your Olympic dreams. But then, COVID happened, things happened. And but you got a lot of years behind a bow and a recurve, don't you?
Couple, not as many as the rest of this panel, but yeah, I got a couple and not doing anything but sitting on this recliner with my broken leg. So excited to watch the matches.
Not an archery industry, by the way. That didn't happen. Crispin Duenas joining us from the great country of Canada. Welcome, buddy. How are things with you?
I'm doing well from Canada, yes.
Yeah.
Things are good. Really had a lot of fun doing this for the Olympics this past summer, so I'm really excited to see how all these archers are doing post-Olympics, because I know exactly how it is. Like after the Olympics, you take some time off and stuff like that, so we'll see who's stayed on their game.
Yeah, and we're going to talk about the importance of transitioning to the indoor, which starts, and how many recurve archers are actually going to even do that. I know on the compound side of things, literally in 2 weeks, World Archery's indoor starts in Switzerland, and a lot of the athletes who were competed were like, all right, I'm done now. Put the bow down, get the big fat arrows out, and start tuning. But Bernardo, now we're in your wheelhouse. I know yesterday was all a talk about getting you over to the, you said the dark side, but the compound side of things, right?
The fun side.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. The easy side, the I don't have to train side, the whatever you want to call it, right? I can put the bow down for 6 months and still compete side and have fun. So now we're back in your wheelhouse. And after your announcement of retiring from competitive archery, how are you feeling about the World Cup final today?
It feels different, I'm not gonna lie, because speaking on a personal level, for so many years on national level, it was me against Almeida. And then last year when he made the World Cup final for, I think, 3rd time in his career, and then he won it, there was still inside of me the feeling of like, I wish it was me. Like I'm training so that it can be me. So now I guess I'm really seeing it all with some more distance to it, because it's kind of like, yeah, I'm not trying anymore. So now I'm really just enjoying it more. It's lighter, and I can't say I'm enjoying it more than before, but for sure just as much, because I love archery, shooting arrows, or just talking about it. It's awesome. So, and it's great to be with you guys here. It's always a great time.
Yeah, plus now you have a job too with World Archery, and you're stationed. Your center of focus now is in Switzerland. Tell us a little bit about your new gig, what you're doing, and also more about the Excellence Center, because I don't think a lot of people who watch really know what goes on there in Switzerland.
Yeah. So a lot of things. I'm just super happy, feeling so blessed and so lucky to have been given this opportunity. Like it doesn't feel like retirement from archery because I'm still very much involved in it. So I had a couple of people ask me whether I miss it or anything, and absolutely no, because I'm still very much in the middle of it all. I worked at the Paralympics, and it was like an overdose of archery, literally at the range, 10 hours a day. So I really don't miss any of it. Not missing shooting for the moment, but I'm just started, it's been 3 weeks, so a position here at the World Arch Excellence Center, working with both the coaching team and also the communications team. So during the Swiss Open that you're going to be coming here in a couple of weeks, Greg, I'll be doing mostly comms stuff, but on a day-to-day basis, lots of coaching stuff, and also coaching education. We're reformulating and redoing all the coaching education for World Archery, and the plan is to have a lot of online stuff. So this is where coaching and communications, they really meet. So yeah, lots of things to do for sure. I'm not going to be bored, and super excited.
So Vanessa, let's talk a little bit about Olympics, because some of us on this panel got to hang out and watch them on a watch party, but you were there, boots on the ground. Now that you've had some time away from it and all the energy and everything, what was your kind of overall feeling about the Olympics and about the final match for archery for gold in Olympic competition in 2024?
Yeah, I guess for me, kind of like Bernardo, when I finished actually shooting, I started doing more communication stuff, and this felt more like home for me than anything, because I love shooting, but I would go to competitions, and I remember my coach Joan, or our coach Crispin, and she would be like, "I think you're here because you want to be friends with everyone," and I'm like, "I think you're right." So going to the Olympics and everything, I truly believe the way that I was meant to experience the Olympics, and it was just a dream come true. I was running around having the time of my life, but there were two really significant moments for me at the games, and I cried for both of them. First, it was when the Korean women won the 10th consecutive gold. Ooh, the reason why I even started archery was when Park Sung-hyun shot the final 10 in 2004 at Athens to win the 5th consecutive gold. And to watch them every 4 years win another one, the pressure was just mounting. And I don't think they've ever felt more pressure than this year. I bawled my eyes out. The second moment was the one that you're talking about, Brady from the US versus Kim Woo-jin from Korea. That was the match of the century. And even after, like, Kim Woo-jin was like, I think if archery has a Messi and Ronaldo, I think that's us. And I agree. I didn't cry when Kim Woo-jin won. To me, it didn't matter who won. Honestly, both of them deserved it. Both of them are legends. I bawled my eyes out when Brady grabbed Kim Woo-jin's hand and put it in the air. Oh my God. I'm trying not to use curse words, but I can't think of a proper word to describe the emotions I felt in that moment. It was incredible. Yeah. Games were huge.
That's awesome. That was a spectacular match. But Crystal, what Vanessa said there was something that we don't often talk about archery, and that we often talk about the competitive side, and that's what we're here to watch competition. But there is a huge social side to archery, isn't there? Especially if you're competing at a national level, because you have a select group of people that kind of travel around 4, 5, 6 times a year, and you get to know those folks.
Yeah, and it's not just your teammates. It's when you're traveling internationally, you're competing against the same people week after week, whether it's national or international, and it really does you become friends with the people. I mean, yes, when you step on the line, you want to beat them, but I really think the people who get the most out of the sport are the people who become friends with their competitors. If you're just out there to beat everybody and you don't care about anyone, I don't see those people lasting long term in the sport, and I don't see those people really getting the same feel of the sport that the rest of us do, that really feel that personal connection.
But Crispin, is it important that recurve people hang out with recurve people and compound people stay with compound people? Are there people that mix? Because that's a big question,
Here's the line: recurve stay. No, I'm kidding. No, I think it's great. Like it's archery. Like, so I think we're even seeing this surgence of like barebow that's coming in too, and like the barebow people are hanging out with the recurve people and the compound people. And in my opinion, if you shoot a bow, it doesn't matter what you shoot. You're here to have fun. You're here to do well. You're here to be friends with everybody. So I kind of get a little bit of an ick feeling whenever I see like, oh, I just want to hang out with the recurvers and not like talk to the compounders. It's like, dude, why? Like, there's so like, I will say that compounds do seem to have a lot more fun on the shooting line than the recurves do.
Mm-hmm.
So,
See, we told you, Bernardo.
I think Bernardo's,
yeah.
you're on the right track there, man.
But with all that said, okay, the group that trumps everybody is barebow, 100%. They have more fun, at least in the States, than any other groups of shooters. They're literally, you'll be at full draw at a national tournament on a compound because it's 50 meter and it's 50 meter for barebow. And all of a sudden, you know, someone would just scream out barebow, and then 50 people scream out barebow, and you have to chuckle. You definitely have to chuckle. Bernardo, can you take us through our brackets and who we have competing today for us? Do you want to take us through that?
Absolutely, with pleasure. Well, it's a World Cup final stage, so no boring matches, no one, drifting miles behind. We have only top level stuff all throughout, and we're starting with they didn't shoot against each other at the Olympics, did they? Thomas Shiro and Kim Woo-jin, but they were in the same bracket. It was pretty crazy. But that's starting things off for us. And then Matias Grande, Mauro Nespoli. Matias Grande once again at the World Cup final as the home representative, but he has shown time and time again that he's got the level to be here, you know, and upsetting any of these archers. So I wouldn't be surprised if we saw him in the semifinal and then shooting for a medal for the delight of the home crowd. And then the big surprise of this season, Andres Temino from Spain, with that won and just blitzed everyone in Shanghai. That was amazing. He's up against Brazil's home favorite, Marcos D'Almeida, my teammate. And then Dheeraj Bomadevara from India, also another super strong name. He beat Kim Woo-jin last year, shooting like God knows how many tens. Like it was amazing. He beat Kim Woo-jin like 7-1 or something. It was really remarkable. Up against Liu Sok, also Olympic medalist individually, Olympic medalist in teams as well. So yeah, for sure. It's going to be really, really fun, tight matches, I believe, and very much looking forward to it.
So that's over on Archery Plus or archery.tv. The link is in the description here. If you have any questions or comments for us, please feel free to shoot them, in our live comment section there, and we'll see if we can grab a few. The QR code is going to continue to come up and over the course of it, but you can go to Archery TV, sign up for the weekend pass, and you can watch the matches that we're going to be watching. We'll be able to drizzle a little bit of what's going on in the field during the course of this match. But Crystal, how did 8 athletes even get here? How do you get into the Hyundai Archery World Cup final?
Yeah, so on the recurve side, it's pretty simple. There's 4 spots, 3 of those that are automatic qualifiers. 3 are from winning a stage, World Cup stage this year. There was 3. And then we have, if you're Olympic champion, that's the 4th automatic qualifier. Then we have the host country gets a spot, so that's 5 of your 8 spots, and then the final 3 are just based on a point system, how you did throughout the year across the various World Cups. You get points for qualification, for matches, the whole 9 yards. So pretty difficult just to make it here. So we know all these people are top level.
And Vanessa, normally when we're doing our watch along, we're at a certain stage in the eliminations and the tournament. But for this one, we get to see everything, don't we? How does that work?
Yeah, it's really cool because at the World Cup final, you have the top 8, and usually there's a draw for who you're going to shoot against. So they haven't really built up to this. These arrows that they're about to shoot here are going to be the first of this competition. And so we'll have to see who can handle that kind of pressure.
And Crispin, the crowd looks thick. It looks good. Have you had a chance to shoot in Mexico? Because there's been a variety of tournaments in and out of Mexico over the years. I think this is the 5th World Cup final in Mexico. But have you been down here to shoot before?
Yeah, I've shot World Championships there. I've shot some invitational tournaments there. And the Mexican crowd is always just super supportive. I think there's a lot of national pride that goes along with it for all of the people who are there supporting. They kind of latch on to who their favorite is, and then they'll just go with it and run with it. So I think that's a great thing that we're going to just see, like, just tons of fans in the stands. Then I mean, like, we'll see what the day brings, but I mean, it's always a great show in Mexico.
Great show, great fans. And we know that from looking at the venue, if you follow along with World Archery on their Instagram page, they do great social media stuff, that the section that's behind the archers is the VIP section. And then the other grandstands that line the edge, the outside edge there, are going to be all like normal spectators like us. But we're getting ready to get this match underway. It's going to be our first arrow for men's recurve in World Cup finals. And it's Kim Woo-jin to lead us off. And that's a 10-9 liner. Good luck with that one, Bernardo. Bernardo's the one who's going to be plotting our arrows for us and keeping score. Unbelievable day yesterday. The guy went 90-0 yesterday. Didn't get a single one wrong.
Until Crystal distracted him.
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't bring it up. Well, a little bit right. Interesting yesterday, the field for compound, there were quite a few archers that would show up and hit left. But it also
looks much more overcast today.
I was going to say it looks darker, definitely, than it did yesterday.
That windsock is kind of confused as to what to do.
Yep.
It was like that all day yesterday as well. You would see flags blowing one way behind the targets, like there's some flags up there. And then on top of the target, they would be blowing another way, and the windsock would be whipping around. It's a bit of a swirling wind. It's a good start.
Feels
this is
like
Olympic
still
recurve,
plotting
right? Not compound.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Feels like I'm plotting compound matches like yesterday.
Yeah, it really stinks when you shoot a 29 and get nothing for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks pretty
which brings up the
sheltered
point.
from that entire
Yeah.
side.
So, Crispin, tell us the point system. How's it work?
All right, so we've got two archers against each other. They're going to shoot 3 arrows per set. And the archer with the highest score out of 30 points for those 3 arrows is going to win the set, and you get 2 set points for the win. If both the archers shoot the same score, let's say 29 versus 29, then each of them is going to get 1 set point. And then the archer who gets to 6 set points or more first wins the match. If both archers tie every end or every set, or mathematically tie at 5-5, then we go to a single arrow shoot off. Closest archer to the middle will win. And that's recurve archery.
And that sums it up. I like the little
I
flag
hope we get
that
some
people
shoot
put
offs
on their flag.
this morning.
Oh, all you want is shoot offs, Crystal. I'm with you.
I know. Well, the women yesterday afternoon let us down. We didn't get a single one. So
Maybe that's the next evolution in tournaments. Literally, you get to this point, you allow them 3 arrows to warm up, and that's it. Single arrow closest to the center, and you're done.
That's
Call it
rough.
like flash archery. It'd be like a 30-minute tournament. Would be done. The thing that would take the longest is just changing the targets out to a fresh target.
yeah.
Seriously.
Oh,
Ooh.
Both on the left now.
Mm-hmm.
just joining us here on YouTube. This is the World Archery Watchalong, kind of a party of just us hanging out talking archery. There's a match that's going on live from Tlaxcala, Mexico. It's the 2024 Hyundai Archery World Cup Final. It's Olympic recurve men getting after it right now, and it's on Archery Plus or Archery.tv. You can go there and grab a subscription for the weekend or grab a subscription for the year, and you get video on demand. You get all these matches, and you can just have your 2 screens up and watch along with us, or I don't know, have your phone on one and have us on another, or get creative with it and hang out with us, watch archery. If you have any questions, go ahead and fill them out and get after us here. I have an expert panel that can answer anything you want, including Crystal and Bernardo, who are compound bow experts. So even if you just like archery, now I've seen Vanessa shoot some compound. I know Crispin, you shoot compound. You have 1 or 2, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I do have one. Not the new one, but I do have one. Yeah.
Oh, that's the problem. Yesterday, for hours, they were telling me that the thing in compound archery is you always have to be shooting the latest bow. Oh, there it is.
Yeah,
that
you had to encourage him, didn't you?
Yep. I did see it when Steve yesterday showed his little rack of what was it, like 6 bows
the
of all the
colors.
colors and
Yeah.
No, it was the entire color palette. It was
Wow.
every color
Yeah.
they make. So I think it's like 9 or 10 or something. Crazy.
yeah. And you just imagine how much money is sitting on that rack just right there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the U.S. with the gloss limbs, that bow, which is the new Hoyt Concept X, which just launched like a week and a half ago, is retail value is $21.99 or $21.49. Yeah, $21.49 for the gloss limbs. So over $2,000. They're getting up there.
Oh boy.
By the way, Crispin, it's a ripper. It's
I'd like to try it.
as a guy who literally, I have an Athens and a Matthews sitting behind me. Plus, I have PSCs on the ground, Elites on the ground, Bowtechs. And I've shot a lot of bows. This bow's legit. It's really good.
All right. That's what Mike Schlosser has told me. So, yeah. I can believe that.
Mike's super happy. Even with his bronze yesterday, we texted, and he was really, really happy with how everything went. Especially, did you see his final match yesterday? Ooh, nice X. Did you see Schlusser's bronze medal match yesterday?
Did not get to catch it.
His target.
It was the only match that we had where a 150 was shot inside out. He never touched the 10 line.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was.
So he really wanted that bronze.
Yeah.
You know what I think it was? I think he was, we talked about, I think he was the most relaxed he had been the entire tournament. Like, okay, I'm in the bronze medal match. I'm not for gold. And you could see it in just the way he drew, the way he got to the button. And it was, you were just like, oh yeah, there he is. It was quite impressive.
That's when he can be really scary.
Yes.
And then you had Sarah Lopez winning with that bow as well. And I mean, that's a great showing on the women's side for the new equipment. So
that was a great match too. That was a great match. I saw Mary Marita Paz had an interview that they posted up on Instagram after the fact. And that was one of those deals where she was like, look, I grew up watching Sarah Lopez. I did not think this was possible. And now I've arrived. And it was such a great soundbite, so honest. And you're just like, it's, when you're watching it, you don't think about all the things that maybe any athlete has looked at. Even when Vanessa's talking about the inspiration she had and watching that last arrow hit and was like, I'm going to shoot, and look how far you went in archery, Vanessa. It's anything is possible. And I think it was really cool that Paz had an opportunity to hang out and shoot in a gold medal match with Sarah Lopez, and that she appreciated the moment. Because who knows, right, Crystal? What's going to happen with Sarah Lopez? What's she going to do next?
Well, I don't know, but I was just going to say, it sounded like Sarah was helping Paz when she was having trouble not getting the bow back. Sarah took some time and was helping her and trying to help her figure out a solution so she could even compete. So to hear that full circle is really, really neat.
Yeah, it's amazing. And for those people who didn't hear, Paz, who made it to the gold medal match, the day before the tournament, she couldn't even pull the bow back. She has a shoulder injury that got re-aggravated. And so a lot of people were helping her. And she even had some spider tape on the shoulder we could see from her shirt, and was able to just win her way to that gold medal match. It was a good performance. But, I mean, 9 and 10 years for Lopez. Incredible.
So this
Only
match
missing one because of injury.
This match is kind of, the tables are turning.
Yep.
I was gonna say before Kim Woo-jin was down 3-1. I was gonna say that if he won that set, I think he's gonna win the match. Oh, and he just
that was an 8 high.
Oh,
That's a surprise.
did not see
We're going
that.
to shoot off right here.
Commentator's curse.
Come on, Thomas.
Greg was full of that yesterday.
Oh no!
Oh,
He's getting shakier as the match progresses.
Yeah.
Like it felt like he started more chill, and now he is struggling. And
Yeah, the first end was good for both of them. I think Kim Woo-jin just needed to slide in, but Tomal looked dialed.
Yeah.
yeah,
And again, just the pressure of this tournament, though.
Big game face.
This is it. This is the thing. This is the first arrows of this tournament are being shot, and someone is going home. That's
Isn't
the
it crazy
unique
at the
thing
World Cup?
about
It's
yeah.
Like World Cup final, you could shoot 9 arrows. The entire season leads up to this. You can shoot 9 arrows and go home. That's
Mhm.
You
brutal.
It
Yeah.
is, especially all these archers from Asian countries that traveled literally across the globe to get here for potentially 9 arrows.
Oh yeah.
It's definitely a disadvantage because, I mean, having to deal with, I can't believe that word's escaping me. What's it called when you have to deal with time zone changes?
Jet lag.
Jet lag. Well, I'm so old we call it prop plane lag because there were no jets. When I was a kid.
Steam train lag.
Steamboat.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. All right. That's a good one.
There
I'll
you
give
go.
that one. Chug it, chug it, choo choo, pal. Oof. 9's a piece.
Surprising.
What do you guys think? Is Tomas going to win this set and force a shoot off?
I think they're going to split it.
Ooh, what do you guys think about that one?
That was hard.
That's
don't
in,
know.
I
They're
think.
calling it 9-star on the
Yeah,
feed. That was
Go with
put
that's
it on the
tough.
line here.
That's definitely an
That's
arrow.
not in.
Oh, whoa.
That's an important arrow, then.
Okay, yeah.
Toma can put this to
Don't-
bed.
Don't make me break out my old trick from the Olympics, you know?
Oh,
Oh, he just did that. You need your
8
glasses.
star. Oh, they're calling it out.
They are calling it out.
They're calling that
Yeah.
8 out.
Oh my.
That's
Oh, and
that's
you got a
done.
10. I think you shot that 10.
That's it. That's the match.
So many measures.
Yeah,
Still
but I
gotta wait
don't
for
think that
official
9 asterisk is
word.
going to make a difference, right? Or will it?
The 9 asterisks
Kimujin?
might.
Oh,
I
yeah,
don't know,
'cause
it's
9,
like
9,
they're
10,
calling
yeah.
his third arrow out.
Both
Yeah.
calls. Yeah.
Measure in
So
progress.
if Kimujin wins this one, I think he's going to go all the way. I think this match would be his most nerve-wracking one of everything, which
Yeah.
happens, I think,
I think
in
that's a good one.
elimination.
Yeah.
I watched him
Yeah,
throughout
the match is over.
Yeah, I watched him throughout the Olympics, and as it went on, he was more and more relaxed. He looked the most relaxed against Brady in the finals.
Yeah.
I mean, we've talked about this before, but, you know, for people that may be watching us for the first time, in competition, and, you know, why don't we start with Vanessa and then work our way down. What was your most nerve-wracking arrow? The very first arrow of the tournament or the last arrow of a match that you needed to win to advance?
First arrow of a tournament or the last arrow of a match? Definitely the first arrow of a tournament. Yeah, because as it goes on, you start to tell yourself, you know, you've done this a million times before, and there's nothing really more you can do. And then as you start facing different people in the matches, and as you're maybe in medal matches, then you're the most relaxed because you've been doing that all day. Maybe you're just tired too.
Yeah, that helps me. Crystal, your thoughts?
For me, it really depended on the situation. I mean, I wasn't one where the first or last arrow were generally my nerve-wracking arrows. It was somewhere in between, and a lot of times it just had to do with, you know, the wind, or if I had, you know, a bad arrow that I wasn't sure exactly why it was where it was, or, you know, it's that arrow after that I would get more nervous. Like, I don't want to make another mistake, type of thing. So, but in general, as you go along, I think you get more in rhythm, and that's why I hated World Cups where you go all the way through. We used to go through the semis, and then all you had left was the single medal match to shoot a couple days later. Or World Championships I think it was 4 days one time. So you got in this great rhythm. You're going along, you're winning matches, and then, sit for 4 days. Can be that's tough.
Crispin?
I gotta side with Crystal on this one. Like, the first arrows were kind of like, okay, let's just see where they hit, and then maybe sometimes as you go on and you start to hear results and stuff coming up, and you're like, oh, okay. Like, I know it's a bad thing to think of, but like, oh my God, I got to protect this, or I got to try to get up to this placing or whatnot, right? So those would be where I feel the most pressure. But definitely not the last arrows. The last arrows is like, all right, I've already made it here. And again, with like Vanessa said, I've done this a million times before and just keep on shooting.
And Bernardo?
Last arrow of the first match. That's the hardest one. No, I'm kidding. No, I think it depends so much. I've always struggled a lot in the very first arrows of a tournament, but it depends on the match. The very last arrow can be so tricky, and I don't know. Sometimes I even prefer if it's like a 10 to win than a 9 to win. Feels like it's, I don't know, all of a sudden the yellow looks so small, and if you start thinking about, yeah, I can't get this wrong, then that's the end, really. So
first arrows flying for Grande and Espoli. Eminem sends it to the 7.
It can't be unseen. All I see
Can't be
is
unseen.
Eminem. No.
I know. I'll make a quick comment. For me, as a compound shooter, the stress of the arrow depends on what match I'm shooting, in the sense that if I'm shooting a target or 50-meter tournament and the first rounds are qualification, I don't put any emphasis on that, because that's just for seeding on where you're going to end up. You know, there are people that will look at the scores and go, oh, I don't want to be in the same bracket as this person or whatever. I don't really care. So for me, it was always more like, if I go to Vegas and you're trying to shoot a 900 in Vegas, the first arrow is nerve-wracking, almost as bad as if you were getting ready to shoot a 900, which I've never even come close to. But I've talked to athletes who've done it. The last arrow of a 900 in Vegas, I mean, I've literally seen shooters, a shooter, puke into a garbage can because they were so nervous about the last arrow. So I think it's situational when you're a compound shooter. You know, when you shoot something like field archery, because you're walking through the woods and you're doing stuff, to me, it's the first arrow more than anything else in field. So it's just a different combination. But all right, we got arrows.
Yeah,
flying.
I think with
I
that,
know we talked about the. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah.
I was going to say on the 900 thing, like I've never shot a 900 ever, and again, have not come close. But like in all the years that I've shot with Brady, he's got one of the most confident shots that I know of, because he's just up, click, gone all the time. And I remember watching him shooting the 900 in Vegas, and like I think that was the first time I've ever seen him let down, because I think he started to realize, like, oh my God, like this is actually possible, right? He still did it, right? But that's like, I can't even imagine holding it together to shoot a 900 in Vegas. I've never held it together to shoot a 900 in practice either, but like, yeah, it can really mess with you on like, it's situational, totally.
Yeah, and if you're watching this on YouTube and you don't know a ton about archery, but you're curious about what Crispin's talking about, is indoor, we shoot 18 meters or 20 yards. And each day we're going to shoot 30 arrows at a huge tournament called the Vegas Shoot. Ooh, nice one by Grande, right in the middle there. And so Brady Ellison, with an Olympic recurve bow, shot perfect 300 3 days in a row to shoot 900. Like, a lot of people didn't think it could be done. And it was, when was that? 2 years ago? 3 years ago? Like, it wasn't that far.
Nope, that was
away.
the Vegas right before COVID.
Oh, that's
19,
right. Yeah.
2019.
Yeah.
Or
2020.
year.
It was 2020. Yeah, it was right before
Yeah,
all the
2020.
lockdowns.
And then, yeah. Oof.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think that's when they instituted in Vegas.
Wow.
Espoli just out of rhythm, 798.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
unusual.
This is not like him.
Yeah.
His shot looks good, and Matthias is getting away with stuff that his first shot he was just pulling up like that, and it was a 10.
It was an X. I mean, this.
I'm willing to bet that
What's
the crowd is
interesting-
like just going wild with Matthias as well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and we talked about this, but he's no just give me being, the host seed. I was looking, and he shot the second highest qualification score of any of the archers in this finals this year. Only Kim Woo-jin has a higher qualification score. So
good point. And in Shanghai, Mark Dellenbach, the head coach here at the World Archery Excellence, and he has a friend that is like one of these stats geek, and he showed that in Shanghai, if you did like the arrow average in the matches, and then you extrapolate that to a qualification round. Matias Grande, he was actually the top scorer in Shanghai in the matches. It was like a 695 average,
Okay.
the average he had in the matches. So it's really impressive. Like he's on top form.
And that's really interesting because 695 was his qualification score high for the year. So that shows a lot of consistency to be able to shoot that across matches and qualification.
Yeah.
Wow. The distance these archers are shooting is 70 meters for those people that go by the imperial system, I guess, whatever you call it. 77 yards measure. Yeah, if you're in the U.S., that's just over 3/4 of a football field. And they're shooting at a 12.2 centimeter 10 ring. So that's the size of what? Orange?
Softball.
Maybe? Softball.
A softball.
Yeah.
Mm.
So what's happening with Morrow? Like, if you guys could guess, because he looks strong, but I think this is one of the most frustrating parts of archery. When your arrows are surrounding the 10. Do you think it's nerves?
He looks okay, but I mean,
Yeah.
arrows going that far out is got to be tension somewhere. But yeah, so it might be nerves.
And Vanessa, this is what you talked about. Oh!
Ooh.
Had he hit a 9 or a 10, then Nestle would have
last
shot
arrow.
9 arrows and gone
Come
home.
on.
Maybe for him, it's the last arrow of the first match.
And listen, this has
Whoa.
happened before in set scoring system. We have seen people come back from this and to win.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like the one thing about recurve, Olympic recurve archery, when the set point scoring system is when you have an opportunity to shut it down, just get out of the match, right? Like just do
You have
everything you
to.
can to win that thing.
Yeah.
Ugh.
But
gonna
you know,
get a
it's. Sorry, I was just gonna say, like, every time I'm commentating, I think about this, but this kind of thought never crossed my mind when you are in the middle of a match. But like, just stop to think that Matias Grande, maybe he was thinking like, 9 to win the match, 6-0, wrap it up, onto the semifinal. But just think like in 8, he would have tied, and then he would be 5-1 up, and this would be amazing. It's kind of like, man, all you need is just tie one of the next 2 sets, and then you're through. So it can really frame it so much differently in your mind how you take this last arrow. But I mean, it's almost impossible to be cool-headed like this and think about the things this way as you're lifting the bow to shoot the last arrow. So.
Yeah, I was going to talk about his mental game too, Bernardo. We're going to get a good look at what's going on in his head and how well he can handle the pressure. After a 7, after he
For sure.
let this match kind of slip away, we see some really great archers who just pull it together. But we also see some less experienced archers who just completely let it go now.
Good comeback.
Yeah, there's another 10.
Nespoli's first arrows have not been great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From
And he
3
is
o'clock
all
to
over
12
the
o'clock.
place.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so uncharacteristic.
Any guesses
Wow,
on his
okay.
poundage today?
73.
I mean, yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
no.
Oh,
He's not going to
7
be
another
to
end
win.
high.
It's Olympic recurve. This isn't a slam dunk. It should be at this level.
That's good.
There you
There
go.
you
Wow.
Last time.
How about that
That-
for mental toughness, Vanessa?
Yeah, seriously.
10, 10, 10.
For mental game, yeah.
Yeah.
Mutia looks like a Disney prince for me.
Uh,
He reminds I put together a side by side of him, and I'm gonna find it. And I can't remember who it's
Aladdin?
called, but it's the
Was
guy
it
from
Aladdin?
No, it's the guy from Little Mermaid. I'll find it.
Yeah.
He
But
thought it was
where
hilarious.
know
did
what
I
you guys are talking
see
about.
him side by side with Aladdin?
I think
I'm
that
trying to
I put
remember where
that
this
together
is.
too.
Yeah, I put.
I don't know.
Oh, somebody says hello.
Hello. Oh, here. It's Eric.
This is an upset for former Team Olympic champion. Yeah, 100%.
There you
Oh.
go.
Okay.
Right?
I see it.
See, that's the new generation of AI. You just basically say, "Here's a picture." Go to AI generator, say, "Make
Yeah.
him so and so from the Disney movie." Wouldn't have to change it much. I guess I'm shocked in a way. Nespoli had such a subpar match.
Mhm.
Like you just
Yeah.
normally don't see him
I
shoot
did not
this
expect
caliber. It almost feels like it was just kind of a downward spiral, right? Like a lot of us can go out and shoot, miss one, and shake it off. And if you think you've shaken it, if you think you're like good, you've reset, and then you throw another one, it seems like it can get out of control quickly.
Yeah. It's kind of like, how many times can you allow yourself the freedom to just shoot?
Mhm.
What I mean by that is every arrow you're just like, okay, it's a new one. Let's just shoot the best I can, and let's forget about the previous one. But if you keep on having arrows like that, where does the buck stop? You know, when do you start second guessing what you're doing? And it's so difficult to gather yourself and just let yourself shoot after that. And it looked like that's what he was doing. He kept shooting good shots, but it just wasn't going in the middle for him. It's so frustrating.
An interesting stat that just came up here is so we have semifinal number one Kim Woo-jin and Matias Grande. They have never met in an individual match before. So, and if we put Matias Grande's scores up against Kim Woo-jin, this is kind of a pointless exercise, but just an early comparison. Then they would be 4-4 if I got it correct. So, yeah,
Oh, cool.
can be a close match.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think their average like per end would have been the same or really close to it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know, because Grande went like 28, 29, 27, 30. Kim Woo-jin went what 29, 28, 28, 28, 28. So they shot an extra end, but it'd be pretty close. That's gonna be a fun match to watch because here you have Kim Woo-jin, right, the stud of studs, going up against the hometown favorite with the whole crowd behind him. It's gonna be good.
Yeah, it'll be a good one. Even better if we get a shoot off.
Yeah, I want one.
Oh yeah.
A shoot off that goes to a measure, like an actual measure.
Oh, there you go.
This next
We were
match is
talking
going to
yesterday.
be. Sorry, Greg.
We were talking yesterday on the
Go ahead.
compound side about how many shoot-off arrows is the record of shoot-off arrows. We've known that go at least to 2, where you've had the first shoot-off arrow not distinguishable by distance, so they had to shoot another shoot-off arrow. But I wonder if any match has gone to 3. That would be statistical probability of that, Crispin, would be what?
I've actually seen a match go to 3 arrows. I actually have
Oh,
seen
you
it,
have?
though, but it was
Okay.
but it was under a different ruling that we used to have, where it's like if both the first arrows were 10s, you do a reshoot anyway,
Yes.
regardless of distance.
Yeah.
So
That's
I don't
right.
think
Right,
that
right.
counts in the stats that we're looking at.
Yeah.
So if it was from closest from the get-go, then I haven't seen that one.
For people who don't know, Crispin teaches math. He
Physics.
forms young minds
And
in
physics.
Canada.
Yep.
And physics,
Yeah.
that's right.
They unfortunately have to listen to me for 75 minutes of a day.
Hey, I'd take that class.
Exactly.
Ooh.
We do get archery into the physics class, that's for sure. So it's actually pretty interesting.
That's right. During the Olympics, we all learned something when you gave us an example lesson.
I totally forget what I gave, but okay, I'm glad.
Oh.
I don't know either. I'm too old.
Okay. Tamino's starting way out right, like Nespoli did.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, Kim Woo-jin started off right too.
That is true.
Mhm. The key is to know if you've made a good shot and your aim is off. Like if it broke, if the arrow hit where you were actually aiming, so you don't start chasing your sight around. But looks to me like he needs a sight.
That's a
adjustment.
great group.
Good group.
Yeah. Like if you look, both of them, great grouping. Just Tamino not really in the best place.
Yeah.
But
All right, Bernardo.
Dalmeida's looking good. His shot is looking good.
Yeah.
When you see Dalmeida right
means-
now that you're retired and you had all your dreams and aspirations, when you see his face, what bubbles through your veins right now, pal?
Well, without getting into too much detail, into philosophical, into existential. Above all, like he sent me a very nice message after I posted that video on my socials, and it was really cool, really thoughtful of him, and just huge respect for him. I know he's a real hard worker, and he's very talented, and he's a very intelligent guy. I was always surprised with the way he sees things, and he's very mature. So just huge respect, and now cheering for him even more because now we're not competing. So
Yeah. And you guys have hung out. I mean, make no mistake, folks. These guys know each other well. So
absolutely.
all right, let's see if they. Oh, okay.
Uh-oh.
Still struggling.
Yeah.
So in that one, he has to wonder, okay, was that me then? Because I didn't have any low ones before.
Mm-hmm.
And the windage is okay now.
I haven't been
And
keeping
back-
track, but I'll ask Bernardo. What are the win stats on left and right targets for today so far?
Oh, good question. I'd have to remember that from the top of my head. Kimujin was shooting left.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
and a
Yes.
letdown.
Yeah.
And
Oh, and
Grande
Matthias
as well was
left.
shooting left. Yeah,
Yeah.
How about
Okay.
yesterday?
on target 1.
Sarah was shooting.
Yesterday
left.
was the shadows that were crazy on the right target.
Yeah.
It was really, really not fair.
in
I'm
the
just
afternoon.
looking. I'm just considering
In
like
the
the left and right
morning.
because
Morning.
because like the archer on the right is right up against that building, and the archer on the left is a little bit away from the building, so they're going to feel the wind differently. So I'm just wondering if there's any trends on left and right winds, and whether or not an archer starts on the left or the right based off of distance from that building. But this one is looking like it's breaking the mold, because right now Tamino is on what has been a win target today.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Yeah, but it would have been interesting to check that across all the matches we had yesterday, because today it seems much more still over there, right? Like yesterday we could see
Feels like
the
it, yeah,
trees
especially on
blowing
the
and the
targets.
flags, and
Yeah.
now it looks like just super quiet, and seems like ideal conditions for shooting, where you're just aiming dead center and just hammer the center of the target.
Mhm. That's
There we
right.
There we go.
All right. By the way, if you're wondering what we're watching, because you're hanging out with us on YouTube, watching the 2024 Hyundai Archery World Cup Final, men's recurve, you can check out the actual match itself on archery.tv or Archery Plus. You can scan the QR code in the lower right-hand part of your screen, or just click on the link that is in the description of this video right now. Oof.
Yeah, talking qualification scores, he's the only Tamino is the only one in the top 8 that hasn't shot a 691 this year. I think his highest was 686. So,
Which is not bad.
qualifications. No, definitely not.
Yeah, but it
Well, I
just
think
goes to show the amazing level. If you want to be one of the best in the world in both recurve and compound, but you just got to be shooting the lights out, really. Like the level's
Yeah.
so high.
Yeah.
But
If you look
it
at
just
all
shows
8
his
archers,
match. Better.
they're all
Yeah.
incredible archers. If you had to pick one who's a little bit of a dark horse, then it'd probably be Tamino. The way he won earlier this year too was a bit of a surprise, but
Yeah,
now anybody
I
can
think he
win
does better
because
in
he's-
matches.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Gamer.
It's a good view of the venue.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, building on one side, trees and stuff on the other side.
Tricky,
Yeah, and
especially because we
sand.
don't have shots of the practice field. So where they're coming off the practice field, if it's
Oh yeah.
more open than that. Now they did have familiarization where they got to go and stand in their position in practice, but it was, I believe, the day that, or the time when these archers shot familiarization, it was sunny, so it would definitely look different. But
Didn't some people also go through rain in the familiarization?
I
a
think
little
so.
I
bit.
think I saw. Yeah, some people did, but I don't know exactly who.
Both of these guys are so similar in their demeanor and their expressions. They're very, very stoic, and it's hard to tell what they're thinking. You can tell sometimes if they're not happy, they'll give a little bit of a grimace, but they just kind of remind me of each other. It's like the match of Blue Steel.
So Marcus ended up winning that, or no, they split.
It was a tie, yeah. So
Yeah.
he could win the
Yeah,
match.
they
here.
split.
Ooh.
Yeah, he could win
Okay.
the
That's a
match
good-
here.
Start.
Bernardo, I don't know if you've spoken to him about this, but how has the title of world rank #1 affected Marcus? Has it helped him, or do you think it adds some pressure, or is it just no big deal?
I think the world #1 wasn't really a thing. Like, we haven't really spoken a lot about this. I think what was the issue, but again, didn't speak to him openly about this. But I think the issue is more like domestic pressure, like the National Olympic Committee kind of, rating him, kind of almost like for sure he's going to be on the Olympic podium. And so maybe that was a thing. But again, it's kind of like I'm reading into it. No, I didn't hear him talk about this. But I think world #1 didn't wait that much. He's kind of cool about this. He knows
There's
that.
the match.
Yeah, there it is. It's just he knows it doesn't mean that he just have it all go his way all the time. He knows he has to fight for every single victory, just like he did now. So.
Gotcha.
And that was a really good way to finish off that match with 3 X's. So
Yeah.
showing his mental
Top
fortitude.
notch.
He wasn't messing around.
No.
But again, Crispin, it's the 29 where you get nothing out of it. It's
Yeah,
it's,
that's yeah.
you're like, wow, I just shot 2 10s. Here I go. Oh, just high. I'll be okay. Boom, X. All right, I'm going. I'll be at the airplane. See ya.
Yeah.
This is gonna sound a little bit
I
silly,
guess in
but
my case,
those.
the train.
Yeah, those carnival games where you have water and you have to shoot the target.
Yeah,
And
you shoot into the
I don't know if you guys
clown's
have
mouth
played-
and it blows the balloon up.
Yeah, so sometimes you start playing and it shoots right in the middle and you don't have to do anything and you just have to hold it, right? Sometimes you're just a little bit off and whoever adjusts the quickest then will win. You could still win that way. But this kind of just reminds me of that. I'm just thinking about that for the first time because you can still win if you adjust really quickly, say in the first couple of arrows or even after the first set, you can just bring it back. But it's such an advantage. Like Marcus here, he was just directly in the middle and had to keep holding on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think especially in set system, coming out in the middle right away makes a huge difference.
But you can't get down on yourself just because you've lost the first one. You can still take that match.
Yeah.
That's kind of what you guys were talking about before, though. When you look at set scoring system, if you do have a bad end, even the time it takes them to score the arrows, pull, and get them back to you, it's those elite athletes that are able to hit the reset button and put those 3 arrows behind them and not spiral out of control. On the compound side, those 3 arrows, if you have 3 bad arrows, they stick with you for the entire match. And if you're shooting against someone who's just hitting the middle of the target, scoring 10s, there's like nothing you can do. It's like, in a way, you're just like, that's it. I blew it. I threw it. It's
That's
kind
when
of
you
like
need
a
the
helpless
14.
feeling. Yeah, we need a 14, yeah. Or a little 11 ring, all right? Like
Yeah.
at the top
6
of the
o'clock and
top of the
8-7.
9-8 ring or the bottom of the 6-5 ring.
I think we've all wanted that at some point. When, like you said, you make one mistake and you just can't you can't get it back.
I'm excited for this match. This one is such a contrast to the
Yeah.
last one, where there are just 2
Yeah.
guys so stoic. This is the match of nice guys
Yeah.
who
Another
are
rate.
quite expressive. Yeah.
You want an all Korean gold medal match, Vanessa?
I'm very proud to be Korean Canadian, but as an archer, I just want diversity on the podium. That's what's going to drive our sport forward. And, as someone who does archery and has done it for, oh my gosh, over 20 years, that's crazy. But,
You were 2.
I don't care about the countries anymore. I care about these people as individuals, and I've really grown to love them all and their stories. So I want to see Taraj on the podium. I want to see Liu Suk on the podium. It just, at the end of the day, it's just whoever shoots the best.
We had Steve Anderson on here yesterday, of course, who had a really amazing compound career and now works for Hoyt and had spent years working for Easton. And he was really giving us some insight into the economic impact that India is having, not only on the world, but watching these athletes from India that are really starting to build a reputation on both sides, meaning compound and recurve, and what an effect it's having inside the country. And I think that, that really, if you look at it from we all want archery to become more popular across the world. I know Crystal and I specifically would love to see it more popular in the United States, which is a tough river to row down for sure. But there's so many sports here, especially with the advancements in pickleball, really taking on the world. Pickleball.
Let's not talk about that.
Yeah. But anyway, I think it's a great thing to get that diversity, and I think it's really important for each of these countries to build stars in the sport so that people can look up to them and can see that it's possible. I think that's it's been really great. Ooh, good shot. Right.
I know.
So
he finally
weird.
moved to site.
Mm-hmm.
A little different than compound day, huh? Every
It's
arrow.
exactly the opposite.
Click.
Yeah.
Good
Whoa.
groove, though.
Yeah, caught.
A lot
Wow,
of India
Still,
fans in
that's
the,
close.
in the
Yeah.
chat.
I think he caught it.
There's a lot of fans cheering for Daraj in the chat. I love how
We
how
saw a
fans
lot
from
of
India
people
are
from India in the chat yesterday too, which
Yeah.
was great.
That's
Mhm.
awesome.
Mhm. Oh, they're measuring.
Will it make a
Yeah,
difference?
they're measuring.
No.
No.
Diraj takes the set anyway. Yeah.
They're just doing it for arrow average now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does this match as well count towards anything moving forward? Like the points and all that stuff make a difference for this one, or is it excluded because it's only 8 archers? Do we know that?
It used to count for the Longines
precision.
prize
Mm-hmm.
that was for one division each year, but I don't know if it's still.
World ranking points, though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or must, because
But a
you're
world ranking
shooting.
point. Yeah, I think it's off of placing though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So then score will matter in the top 8 because, well, no, it's sex
True.
system.
It
Yeah.
matters if you tie with someone in number of set
Yeah.
points.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, then score matters at that point.
And yeah.
Mhm.
Both of them have had just awesome timing throughout this match. I don't think one arrow has been slightly longer. Look at that timing. Look at that
Another
group.
great group.
But that's on the left
Great
now.
group, but just
Yeah, he just can't.
after that sight adjustment, it's
Oof.
Was it the quantum sight leap? I think it's what
Yeah.
it's called.
Yeah.
Okay, so
well
they
done.
split it.
Well done, Professor.
That actually came from
I mean-
my coach Joan, because it's like you move your sight, you're just sticking on the one side, and then you give it like literally one click, and suddenly you're way off on the other side, and that's the quantum leap.
Do I
Yep,
admit
there's
this? I was practicing
plates that
this
are
morning.
known to do that.
Yeah, I was practicing this morning, and I was shooting between 27 diameter arrows and 23s, and the 23s are faster, but they're thinner, so they hit lower on the target. And I kept grabbing clicks, and I kept hitting the same spot. Or sorry, they were higher, and I kept hitting the same spot and the same spot. And I'm grabbing clicks; it's not moving. I didn't realize my sight was locked, and all I was doing was just spinning.
Spinning the knob.
Took me 4 ends to figure that out. 4 ends of 6 arrows each end.
Oh boy.
Don't admit that,
Rough.
Greg.
It was a rough morning. I'm like, wow, I'm just gonna quit archery. And I was like, what?
No,
is
it's on
going
YouTube now, so it's there forever.
Eh, just another one. 4-2.
Do or die for Liu Zuck.
Mm-hmm.
Probably needs a 30.
That's a long hold.
The way Garage is
Yeah.
shooting.
Mm.
Oh,
Ah.
it worked.
Oh.
Wasn't there a big? I thought I saw on Instagram that there was a big tournament in Korea this weekend too, a national or something.
There was. Ooh, no. So what just happened was they have almost like a mini Olympics in Korea every year. Every sport competes. And who we're going to see later today, Lim Shi-hyun, she shot the lights out. She won pretty much every medal there was to win.
Oh, that was over, and then she got on a plane and came straight here.
Yep.
To-
They all did.
Yeah.
They're all shooting there. And you know what?
Oh,
They
okay.
haven't had a break since the Olympics. I think they had a couple of days off and then they started shooting. Wow.
Oh,
Well, did
That's
they start their
bad.
trials for next year yet?
Yeah, they did.
That's what I
It got
thought.
cut. I don't know what place it got cut to. Maybe 16, something like that.
16.
I might be wrong.
Okay.
It's brutal. You can never
No.
rest.
No, I
They're
think
really
equally-
professional full time.
yeah, it's brutal, the system there, and I just think that equally as impressive as everything Kim Woo-jin has achieved in the international circuit is the fact that he's been on the team for what, like
Mhm.
11 years running now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Crazy.
It's absolutely crazy. Like when I see updates on the Korean selection, it's always like, oh, Kim Woo-jin finished first, and then next stage Kim Woo-jin first, next stage Kim Woo-jin first. It's the guy is phenomenal.
Mhm.
Machine.
machine,
Well,
and
no,
a
he shot
machine that
against
has
that.
to be passionate. You can't do it for 10 years, week in and week
Oh,
out,
no.
and not wake up every day and go, sweet, I'm happy to go to work. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, it's what happens when a 70-meter target just follows you around, right? We heard from Steve yesterday.
That was so funny. That was so funny. Steve Anderson goes, they pay a person to walk around with a 70-meter target that has to stay 70 meters from Kim Woo-jin at all times, no matter what he's doing.
So that's all he sees.
All he sees, 70-meter target. He's creative. Ooh, okay.
Is that
Right?
in or out?
I think it's in.
It's
Yeah,
in. I
it's
think
in.
it cut the line.
Ooh, tight score.
Okay.
All
This
right,
could be
here
your
we
shoot
go.
off that you
Who
want.
can handle the pressure?
Is Crystal's dream going to come true?
Let's see, 2 10s.
Oh,
Okay, there's one. Let's see
gotta be
another
a 10
one.
here, and we're going to go 5-5.
Come on.
And we'll go to a
come on.
shoot off. Oh!
Oh my goodness.
Oh, man.
Oh, they're calling it out.
2-millimeter disappointment.
Is it out?
I think
They're
it's
out.
out.
calling
I
it
think it's out.
It looks
Yeah.
close.
I
Yeah.
thought it could have caught.
High.
Yeah. No. I'm 99% sure it's out. I'm seeing it on
Yeah,
a bigger
there it
screen.
is.
Yeah, and we have
Oh, wow.
confirmation. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That's a heartbreaker.
It's a heartbreaker
yeah.
for us because now we're going to
Ooh.
lose our entire audience from India. Don't go anywhere. There's great archery still. Hang
Stick with us. There- there's Deepika Kumari later.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. We're coming back.
Yes, yeah.
And if
Oh,
you
he
stumbled
shot
on us and
so
you're wondering what we're doing, folks, we're watching archery. There's a live tournament going on. It's called the Hyundai Archery World Cup Finals in Tlaxcala, Mexico. And you can actually watch it if you scan that QR code, and you can sign up for the weekend pass, or you can also get the year pass, because if you're going to fall in love with archery, or you're already in love with archery, you definitely want to be a part of Archery Plus, because there's video on demand stuff, there's matches, they're adding content all the time. Yeah, there you go, right there. Which nobody knows how Bernardo got that sign. It's a big mystery right now.
Well, I'm at the World Archery Excellence Center.
I
and-
don't care. I'm going to be talking to management when I'm there in 2 weeks in Switzerland, because I was promised we were going to have something for me that said,
If it magically
Watchalong.
disappears, you know where it went. Let's just say that.
Yeah, the Monday
Yeah, I
after
gotta
the
fit my
Swiss Open is
suitcase.
over.
yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, but Vanessa
they
saw
still-
this because they took it to Paris, and they had this on the studio in Paris.
Mm.
Yeah. Sorry, I should have stole it for you then. Great.
Oh, that's all right. I'll do my own thieving. I don't want to drag anybody into my abyss. Don't worry about it. They still sell newspapers there in Switzerland, because I got to wrap that thing up. Mm.
Well, you know,
That'll
if you
fit
bring a bow over, you'll have room in your suitcase for it.
Well, unfortunately, I think while you guys were away, if you watched us yesterday, you know that I have committed to helping Bernardo in his quest to become a compound world champion. And there was a debate whether I would bring my Xbox over to Europe for 3 weeks, or bring a bow for Bernardo. And as I was getting ready to show him the bow this morning, there was one small factor that he left out of the equation. And that was that he's left-handed and I'm right-handed.
Yep.
Oh yeah. It's a small little detail.
Yeah, I was hoping to go from 16
I thought you
bows
knew
to
that.
15. You knew that? Why'd you say something? I was so excited. I was like looking through the bows, and I'm like, "Oh man, he's gonna love this one. It's gonna be this PSE. It's gonna be great for him." And then I was like, "You want to see it?" He's like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Oh, one thing, I'm left-handed." I was like, "I might as well just throw the bow." I was like,
Well, I mean, like,
Well, you know, you
that's not
could
a bad
switch to
thing.
right-handed for compound.
Yeah.
You know,
True, you
people,
could do that.
people
That would be
do
wild.
switch to
Yeah.
recurve.
Savannah Vanderweer from
Savannah,
the
yeah.
USA. Yeah, she was lefty
she did
compound
that.
and then went right-handed recurve.
Yeah.
Oh my!
Yeah. it could
yeah,
be
my
done.
old coach
So, you
Jeff
know.
Sanchez from Bodoc Archery. He was a right-handed compound shooter and switched left-handed bare bow because of like some health issues, and competes that
Oh,
way.
wow.
He actually now can teach.
Barebo's
Yeah, I've
unhealthy.
heard a couple people.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Huh?
They
Did you just say Barebo is unhealthy?
No, compound was for him. He had shoulder issues, or he had to switch.
Hey, you
There
gotta
are
be careful,
people
man.
that
The
are
Bearable people will come after you for saying that.
Yes.
Who's unhealthy.
Yeah, you better watch out.
What else is new? You know, Barebo. Hashtag Barebo.
Yeah. Hashtag Barebo.
Man, in
There was
Brazil,
so much fun.
it's like a sect, you know. It's a Bearable is a religion. Yeah, it's a
Yes, a cult.
It's here too.
yeah.
I'm lucky enough to commentate the Lancaster Archery Classic each year, and that Barebo normally has the highest views after the fact. It's
Yeah.
No
people
way.
love it. It's crazy. People like to continue watching those matches because they're unique individuals. They dress, you know, in the way that they want to dress. And I think with Barebo, you know, you can shoot a 1, you can shoot a 2, and you can still win a match in Barebo. You know, it's kind of that wide open thing. I think it's a lot of the reasons why a lot of people get frustrated with compound, especially when you watch this level. If you're watching yesterday and you're a compound shooter and you're like, boy, I'd like to make it to the Hyundai Archery World Cup final someday, and then you see Jimmy Lutz shoot 45 10s in a row to win gold. He didn't shoot a single 9 yesterday.
Wow.
It's like some people be like, yeah, all right, I'm just gonna go do something else. Where's my pickleball paddle?
Cornhole.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why I'm picking on pickleball. But
No, cornhole
right, any
has been
bets?
televised.
I think this is going to be a good one.
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be 2, but 9-9 from Kim Woo Jin. Let's go, bud. What do you got there, bud? See,
You sound Canadian
I
when you
shot
say
Canadian
bud.
nationals this year.
Yeah.
I know how to be Canadian.
All right, buddy.
Full send there, bud.
Oh my god.
Wow, that's
Yeah. Pretty good, right?
Oh,
I
he's
came
A.
home with a
A.
lot
That's
of
the
maple
A?
syrup. Huh?
you're supposed to say pretty good, eh?
Oh yeah, pretty good, eh? Hey there, bud. Yeah, I came home with a lot of maple syrup from the Canadian Nationals. The people were so nice, and everybody apparently makes it in their backyard in the East Coast of Canada. So, yeah,
I can see that.
Or Vermont, or New Hampshire.
dude, it was. They're like, "Hey, bud, you know we have a maple flavored beer." What? That's a thing. All right.
All right, so 2-0 for Matthias.
Mm-hmm.
The crowd must be going nuts.
Oh yeah.
If he takes down Kim Woo Jin, then they're gonna go nuttier.
Insane.
But
Yeah.
Kim Woo Jin started his first match was on the left side, wasn't it? So it wasn't
on the-
like
Yes.
I'm kind of surprised
I think it was
that
on
he
the
goes
right.
27 on the first end.
Or no. No, he was on the right. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, he was on the right.
He was on the right.
Yeah.
But he like if there's anybody that can pull it back, it's Kim Woo Jin.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was gonna say.
Just-
Yeah, being up against Kim Woo Jin, it doesn't feel like you're actually up. You know,
Yeah.
No.
you have
He's
to
just a
then
cat
win.
playing with his food.
You're still
You have to
alive.
be
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Hey, what are you doing there? Are you having fun? I'm just shooting my bow. Okay. Oop.
The way Matthias is shooting,
He's
I
shooting
hope
well.
he moves aside a bit.
Well, we hope it's
Long.
unlocked before he spins the knob.
That's low.
Yeah.
No, he's having a giggle now.
It's one of those frustrating giggles of like, oh my god, really?
Well, we
Yeah,
did
yeah.
hear that the wind was swirling around the stadium, so maybe there's a little bit of that. We're seeing people just getting confused where their arrows are hitting.
First
It is.
10 of
First
this set. Good for him.
Match.
Oh, the
Match.
match, yeah.
Yeah.
The whole day. Ooh,
Ooh.
okay.
High.
Ooh, I thought that was an 8 for a second, but
Oh, so it's a tie.
yeah, 1-3.
A
Yeah,
little
and Kim Woo
quicker
Jin
on that
won
one.
his first match when he was down 3-1. So
Mhm.
Matthias really has to keep it together. Shoot
Yeah,
29.
yeah, that's right. Yeah, and Kim Woo Jin's second arrow, I got a feeling that it just finished like in a forceful manner. Like he didn't
Yeah.
finish it in a quite relaxed way, which is so
Mhm.
uncharacteristic. Like his technique is pretty much irreproachable. It's so not usual to see him struggling like that, and you just got to take any opportunity you can. Like you let the guy stay alive for too long, yeah, chances
You're in
are he will
trouble.
come back strong. And yeah, exactly.
And by the way, we're at the stage of this tournament already where whoever wins this is going to shoot for gold, and whoever loses is going to go shoot for bronze. So that's what's at stake right now. So you get to this point of the match, and you're alive till the end, basically.
Oh, you're guaranteed to shoot another match for sure. So might as well make sure your sight is good.
So which round has more pressure, the quarterfinals or the semis then? Because the quarterfinals, you're going home or you're
That's-
moving on. The semis, going for gold or you're going for bronze.
I think most people struggle with the quarters. Just looking at
Yeah.
scores, I mean, like Jimmy yesterday, it was his 4th World Cup final, and 3 times he went home first round. And he was determined. He was like, to get through that first match. And it showed in him. All the other scores were lower, and then they got higher as they went along. But
Here's an opening. Uh-oh.
yeah.
That looks like a 10.
Yeah.
That last set was the match, I think.
Yeah, I mean, that's 4 10s in a row
Not
for him. Like once he
capitalizing
found
on
the
it.
middle, he's like, all right, I'm good.
Yeah.
Same story
Playing
as his quarters.
Yeah.
Down 3-1, then tied it up. I think that's the key. I always say it's the 3rd set that really turns the tables, and Kim Woo-jin really capitalizes, or some of the strongest archers do.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's dangerous.
Yeah.
Moon Hee Young.
Oh,
Come on,
nice,
Korea.
Bernardo.
What? You can read
Right
that.
there.
Oh,
Good for you.
I lived in Korea
I'm
for half a year.
impressed.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and in fact, the very first time I commentated was Turkey 2015 with Carl Larkey. And then somebody told me one of the YouTube comments was like, "Oh, at last now we've got somebody who can pronounce the Korean names properly of the Korean archers." I was like, "Wow,
So
what a
good.
compliment!"
Right, pronunciation's perfect.
Why do you think I keep
Wonder
hiring
what Carl's
Vanessa
up to
every
these
time? I'm
days.
like, let me get Vanessa in here every time I commentate recurve archery.
Now they're having a conversation. Moon Hee-young, let's go Korea.
Yep.
Oh wow,
Another 10.
the
Yeah,
10 show.
yeah, and it's in the
it's all
same
over.
area of the 10, right? It's
Right,
kind of like
right.
Okay, Majid. Just 2 clicks. I would give it 2 clicks.
I know, right? Like, just
She's trying.
we're all seeing it. Where's your coach going? Hey,
Ooh. I did not
okay.
expect that.
No.
Let's see whether Matthias capitalizes.
a lot of movement.
Longer hold.
Taking long.
Yeah.
Oh, see the
Just
2
out.
clicks? Just-
So close.
Not
There's
those
the 2
clicks.
clicks.
These clicks. You can just tell, can't you? Like when he shoots, you can just tell the confidence. As soon as he just lets it go, it's like, yeah. Ooh.
Oh,
The other side.
so close.
Yeah.
If this is anyone else, I'm like, ooh, we could go to a shoot off. But to say
Nope.
that when he's shooting against Kim Woo-jin is like,
No.
well, I don't know. Vanessa, you have a
Vanessa's got
message.
fans.
He spelled my name perfectly. How did he know that there were Oh,
What
of
was
course
that?
I remember you. So
16 A's.
yeah,
I gotta change that contact info on my phone, I guess.
he was so nice. He gave me an umbrella. Yeah, the volunteers were amazing in Paris.
They
I don't know
were.
how what they ate
They were great.
for lunch. They had so much energy. So there's a path from the practice range to where the archers store their bows. All the volunteers would make like a row, and as the archers would come through, all the volunteers would go, "Oh!" It was
That's
great.
cool.
So cool.
They're the best. Thank you for the umbrella. Still hi, my man, my prince.
My prince.
No, sorry to say
Disney prince.
he's got a girlfriend. Yeah.
Oh, that's totally. I'm like so old.
Yeah, Vanessa, poor you. Poor you.
But just by the looks, I totally believe that you have the same age.
Aw,
Yeah,
Bernardo.
isn't that nice? I'm in the
That's so
twilight
nice.
of my master's archery career. The twilight. Vanessa's like, I'm old. I'm like, oh, yeah, okay.
Okay, 9 for the win.
Yeah. Hasn't
Yeah.
missed the
Lieutenant.
yellow so far this match.
Okay,
And
no
there
way.
it is. Yeah.
Whoop, there it is.
All right.
All right,
Surprise,
Grande. It's
Kim's
not
going
over
for
though.
gold.
You still can shoot for bronze. The crowd's gonna love it. Good news for Grande, the fact that the bracket that he's in now, he gets a match off, and then he gets to shoot for bronze. Where the next match that we see, whoever loses has to go immediately and shoot for bronze. Anyone?
Yeah, that's tough.
I mean, I would think with the amount of arrow volume that Olympic recurve archers shoot on the daily, a couple hundred arrows plus a day, that you would just want to be in the rhythm and just go from match to match, even though you just lost, as opposed to having to
I think
take
it's
this
I
time
think
off.
it's the fact that you just lost. That's the kicker.
Yeah, mentally,
Needing
yeah,
that
yeah.
just that mental regroup, just a couple minutes, but having that reset I think is huge. Because you lose bronze, you lose, and then if you lose bronze, you walk away with nothing. That's the fourth is the worst spot to be. So
We got one match to go to decide who's going to shoot off for gold and silver and bronze as well. Welcome to our YouTube World Cup watch along. I'm Greg White. Vanessa Lee, upper left-hand side of your screen. Crystal Govan underneath here. Crispin Duenas right there as well. And Bernardo Oliveira, Olympic recurve shooter as well, as keeping our scores. I'm Greg White. And if you want to watch the match we're watching, scan that QR code, bottom right-hand part of your screen. It's going to take you to archery.tv, Archery Plus. Get a subscription for the weekend, maybe get one for the entire year, because there's amazing archery all across the platform. And don't forget, make sure that you follow World Archery's Instagram page as well. They do amazing social media all the time, whether we're in matches or out of matches. And if you're an archery junkie like we are, the good news for you is that there's really only 2-week break, and then the World Archery indoor season begins. And the first round is going to be there at the Excellence Center, where Bernardo is now working and has a career, the Excellence Center. Going to be my first trip there. Can't wait to go shoot that tournament. And then 2 weeks after that will be Luxembourg. But 6 rounds for the World Archery Indoor Championship this year, all culminating in the United States in Las Vegas in March, sometime in March, right, Crystal?
Yep.
Beginning of March? I don't know.
Yep.
Bernardo
Yep.
knows.
like the 7th through the 10th or something.
Yeah, I just have to check that again. Are you going to Vegas, Greg?
I won't be in Vegas because I have another life in motorcycle racing, and that same weekend is the first one of the year and the biggest one, called the Daytona 200. So I'll be in Daytona Beach, Florida. However, I will be commentating on Sunday. Whether I'll be in Vegas on Sunday to do it, or I'll be doing it right from the comfort of my home. But I will be commentating the Vegas finals and the World. I don't know how they're scheduling that right now. Normally, World Archery indoor finals would be Saturday night.
Saturday,
But this
yeah,
year
it'll be
it's going to have
Saturday.
to be Sunday. It's going to have to be Sunday with the Vegas shoot finals as well, because the legendary band. Now I'm going to talk over you young people's heads right now. I understand that, but the legendary band, the Scorpions, will be performing at the venue Friday and Saturday night before archery gets in there. So, but I have talked to people that have been there and seen the venue. Huh? You like the Scorpions?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That was good. Yeah.
Totally.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I totally listened to that band or person.
Shut up. I slow danced in high school to the Scorpions. I don't want to hear it, you know. Sadie Hawkins dance, please.
Sadie Hawkins.
Sadie.
Now, just thinking about the brackets, though, that we were talking about wanting to be in the one that, you know, you get the break off for the bronze. The opposite would be true if you win that match, though, because Kim Woo-jin's now got sitting through 2 matches before he shoots for gold. And he won.
True.
So that's when you want the rhythm and you want to continue. So that, I think, is a tough position. That was Sarah yesterday. She had to sit. We saw her sitting off to the side, sitting and sitting and sitting. And, I mean, she obviously won, but I think that can be tough.
Mm-hmm. It's that amount of time where you're like, is my body starting to cool down a little bit?
Yeah.
The 2 matches in between. 1 match is totally fine. But the 2 matches, I've also seen archers where they're like, do I have enough time to go to the practice range and come back? And it's just a little questionable.
Yeah.
So
Marcus starts out.
Lee's arrow is downgraded? Okay.
Yeah, Liu Sock's top arrow. Didn't know whether that caught the line or not, but I mean, it didn't. So it was an 8.
Okay.
Still high.
At least he's grabbing clicks.
He's really clicking it, yeah.
Yeah, he took a handful. Marcus looked the same.
Yep.
For every shot.
Always.
I'm sorry.
I was like, he doesn't look happy with that. It's hard to say.
You're not used to seeing Koreans shoot multiple 9s in an end like this. Jeez.
Looked like Marcus got away with a 9 on that one. I think he was lucky to get that one the way he moved the bow after the shot.
In the previous match, he had a shot like that as well, and I take that as a good sign. You know, it's always good when your big mistakes are still in the 9 ring.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I don't think that caught.
Just out.
No, we're going tied up. 2-2.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was yesterday in compound when Jimmy Lutz was shooting. He had a couple he was not happy with, and they were just in the 10 ring, like even line cutters, and you were
solid.
Just like
solid,
and it's solid. And he would turn around and just be like, "Arr!" It's like, okay.
Next, so he was mad. Well, it's that world record he wants. That's the problem.
That's true, and he was really close to it several times.
I know, and
until
then
Fullerton
just
ended up because Rio Wild had the record at 150
for a long
in elimination match with 12 X's, and Jimmy did it, I think, twice, or I know he did an 11, and
I think 3,
and he did 3 times, and he would text Rio like, almost got it. Yeah.
Before we get into the medal matches, I wanted to show you guys one of my most prized possessions. So going to tournaments all throughout the years, I would trade shirts with some of my favorite archers or friends. And so I used to have them in like boxes and stuff because I don't have time to wear them all. But my mom actually turned them into a quilt. And I can have
that's
them
cool.
all throughout
come
the
on.
year.
Come
So I have
on.
Dude, it would have been
really
so much
cool.
better, Vanessa, had she washed some of those shirts, but that's cool.
World champion. I have Kang Hee-jin, Rio double gold medalist, Park Sung-hyun, legend.
Wow.
I have Chef, Chef Vandenberg. Um,
That is so
who
awesome.
else? Linda
long have you had it?
Ochoa.
Ooh.
My mom did this during COVID, but I've had these
Oh.
shirts for maybe about 15, 16 years. They weren't doing anything, right? And I'm not going to be wearing
Yeah.
them just throughout the week. It's one of my
That's really
one of my
cool.
most prized possessions for sure. Natalia Valeva.
Wow,
Oh,
that's classic.
Good pull.
I have a Chinese shirt.
Oh, Cheng Ming.
Very cool.
Hang Ming.
Yeah.
She's actually coaching, I think, the B team now. Oh,
Here's the USA
this is a big
shirt.
one.
Oh,
Sarah
yeah.
Lopez.
whoa.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
this was from
Yeah.
her first win in Colombia, her first World Cup win. I have Katina Lorig.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
What is Katuna up to these days?
She's shooting.
She-
She's,
She's
She was
had a-
she was pretty like had a lot of medical injury stuff, and she's
Oh,
just back
really?
shooting last couple months. Yeah,
Okay, cool.
she's been doing coaching all this time, but yeah, she had to take quite a bit of time off.
Hmm.
So
She actually got an opportunity in
her
the
back.
U.S. that we don't see from many archers. Where a couple Olympics ago, she was in a Bridgestone tire commercial, shooting a run flat tire, and I saw that actual billboard resurfaced itself during the last Olympic
really?
cycle in the U.S. Mm-hmm.
oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it was quite a big deal for an archer to be able to get that done. So it's cool.
Hmm.
Oh, cool. Okay, 3-3.
Oh, I don't know.
Wow.
I don't.
I'm marking this as a
This
9.
is the match of nines. This whole
Yeah,
match.
no kidding.
Like just.
Oh,
Okay,
and this
high
was
10.
nearly another one.
Another group of clicks. Yeesh. This deep in the match, if you're grabbing clicks on set 4,
Come on, you gotta be kidding. You gotta be kidding. Come on.
Poor guy.
That's when you're like, is there a magnet repelling the 10 ring?
Ooh.
there we
Wow.
go.
Ooh,
That's big.
come
Man,
on.
they didn't even get Marcus's second arrow a 9-star. That was so close. Come on, 10. 10, 10,
Yeah.
10, 10, 10, 10. There we go.
Oh, there it is.
That's a good one.
I think his
Come on,
second arrow
those
See if
might
he
first
be
gets
two.
one. I think the second could be in. Yeah.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
All right.
Sadly. But we'll see.
I bet you're right-handed bow.
Let me
Oh no. forget it.
put here. Measure in progress.
What if we took a Dremel to the bow and made it just kind of forget it.
Well, if it was a shoot through, then
Maybe.
Yeah,
With
it
no
is
tech bar.
ambidextrous.
yeah.
All you got to do is change the cams around, I think.
Just flip the cams top to bottom,
Yeah,
bottom
just-
to top. That's fine.
Yeah, yeah,
Well,
you'd be fine.
it's like the
This is
left and
recurve
right-handed recurve limbs. You've heard of those, right?
Yeah.
Oh, right and left-handed
And-
recurve limbs.
Did you?
And plungers.
Yeah, they get.
Plungers.
And
They got
blenders, yeah.
one of the RAs one time, Heather Cole. They got her so good, telling her she didn't. The new bow came out, the new limbs, but she was left-handed, and they told her she couldn't shoot it because they only had currently right-handed limbs available.
Aww.
They had her going for weeks.
Aw, Heather.
Like muffler bearings, right? Like, hey, you need to replace your muffler bearings. There's no such thing.
No, turn signal fluid.
Yeah, there you go. That's yeah. Well, actually, I was in Canadian Tire. You can buy blinker fluid. I'm pretty sure that store has everything. It's one of my new
Blinker
all-time favorite
fluid.
stores.
You're new.
They're shooting the lights
Sorry,
out
Evan.
now.
Yeah, they've got the
Yeah.
tens in.
Finally, decided to make a match of it.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Okay.
there's an opening.
Favorite.
Uh-oh.
So is he going
There's
to
an
take
opening.
advantage?
Put it down.
This is the chance
30
for
to
a
go to
shoot-off.
Crystal's Dream.
Oh,
Oh! Come on.
who did that sound? Did you guys hear that? Or was
our
it just?
Lewis,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Must have been Lewis.
Oh my
Dang. Art as an X.
Oh
Dang.
my god!
Man.
Sorry,
They're
Crystal. I
torturing
know you
me.
wanted to shoot off. Yeah. You like that, huh?
That was good. That
I
was
was like, is that
priceless.
my brain? 'Cause did anybody else hear that?
So Vanessa, when we were doing this for Olympics, we
Yeah.
we're not allowed to have any sound on YouTube, any video, obviously. And the first time, I didn't know the effect was coming, but after like the first win or something, the producers played cheering noises, and I was like, oh my goodness, like there's cheering noises coming from the venue. We're gonna be in trouble. We're gonna be shut down. And then I figured it out. They have all kinds of sound effects if he wants it. Yeah.
Yeah, to chat with you guys when I joined in on the calls, I had to run outside because I wasn't allowed to call you from inside the venue. So I would be running. Like, this is how I run. And then I would have to call you from outside.
Well, you were
This was
running
really
while you
good.
were still on a call with us on one time. Like you were running back. You're like, something just happened. I gotta go back.
Funny, that's right. Yeah.
That's funny.
Good times. Good times.
Do
Well,
you think they're going to
grabbing all
give
those
Marcus
clicks
a
made a
little bit of a
difference.
break, or just straight into the bronze medal?
Yesterday they went
No,
right
straight
in
in. Yeah.
because
Straight
the
in.
girl had to change her shirt and everything in the afternoon
Mm-hmm.
because it was
Oh, I wonder-
Mexico.
Yeah, Lee and Kim one of them will have to change their shirts.
Right.
Correct.
But they'll have a break at least to do it.
Yeah.
And it's the lower seeded athlete, I think, right? That changed their shirt, or is it
Think
up to
so.
the team?
I think it's the lower
actually
seed,
don't
but I could be wrong.
Yeah,
so
honestly,
Kim
I
was number
don't
1
know.
and Lee was number 2. So
I'm not that good to be able to do that.
you don't know how to change your shirt? What?
That too.
Lauren does it for him.
By the way, Crispin, I'm pretty sure I can smell dinner at your house right now. Like, it smells delicious.
Ironically enough, or coincidentally enough, I just texted Lauren to actually just check on the condition of the grill, because it's a charcoal grill, so we got to make sure the vents are still good, because I can smell the apple wood in my living room right now, and I was like, I hope the temperature isn't going too high, because I want to keep this like really slow, like around the 200 Fahrenheit thing. And so she just checked, and it's still good. So it's going to be going like a really slow, long time cook. So I'm very looking forward to these fall off the bone ribs later on for dinner tonight.
So you're having us all over. That's what I am hearing.
I think Vanessa is the closest
Yeah.
to here.
Probably.
Greg is going to be a little bit of a trek. Actually, yeah. If
Train
we can
ride.
get you, if we can get Crystal a way to transport herself with the leg situation, then yes.
Yeah. I'm banned from planes.
Bernardo, they're gonna
I'm
be a little
banned
cold
from
by the time you get there.
cars. Yeah.
Oh, really? Oh man.
I can't be in a car over a certain amount of time, and I can't fly. Yeah, until
Oh.
I get my neck, until
And
I
I-
get the X-rays and determine that.
I
I'm
heard
not-
about when this happened too on your ride. It was like the last bit of your ride, and I was like, that sucks so much.
Cool. You're
Well, it was
close
like
to Union
between
Station?
sections. Yeah.
You guys close to
Yeah.
Union Station?
Union? Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
a subway
It'd
ride
only
up.
take me 34 hours and 39 minutes to take the train.
Perfect. They'll be ready, waiting for
Just
you.
in time
Yeah.
for dinner in
Those
2
ribs.
days.
Low.
I'll be there in a minute. Yeah.
I saw my friend Yap said he would trade me a pack of proper Dutch stroopwafels for my blanket, and I will raise you. I just want to say I want a jar of your
Ferrari.
dad's homemade honey, and a pack of
Oh.
stroopwafels, and
Honda
a
private jet.
lesson in barebow archery again, because Yap has some really, really nice handmade bows. I went and shot with him and Chef last year. Last year was the most fun I've had shooting in probably 20 years. It was the best.
Nice.
That's awesome. All right, bronze medal matches started. 2 10s, a 10 apiece for each of the archers, as the local crowd goes bonkers as Grande cuts the top of the 10 line. Wait, was that the top of the 10 line? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, dude.
Yeah,
And after
I
that
think
sight
it's in.
flicks, just a couple. Could it be? Oh, nice shot. Could it be that he
Nice
might
shot.
be a little bit, like excited and be pulling harder through the shot than he normally does? Would that on a recurve bow send it high at times?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely, yeah.
Could also send it left
Good
or right.
end.
Ooh, 30 to start.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Whoa.
All right.
Game
These guys
on.
won.
Yeah.
Compound plotting again.
Yep. Yeah, exactly right.
Now, we haven't seen a lot of low arrows. I think if we were to plot
No.
all of the arrows, they're probably,
They're all
what do you think?
High
80,
and
90%?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right. You're right.
I remember there was a low 8 from Shiro at one point, but I don't remember any other arrows that were
That's-
low.
Yeah.
Maybe Temino. Maybe Temino from Spain, but yeah.
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 Get a
But
low
I mean,
Yeah,
if there
maybe.
has, there's been
Yeah,
2 or
but
3 of them.
so
There just
few,
hasn't been a
yeah.
trend.
Yeah.
Oh,
That
That's
Mexican
the
coach,
same reaction
he's
I
like,
had.
He's your hype guy. Look at him. Like,
Yeah.
Yep.
he's Gaston from Beauty and the Beast.
oh my god.
Jeez.
What are you even talking about? What's Beauty and the Beast? Oh.
Old man.
Mm.
Oh, it's a tale as old as time.
I know the Bugs Bunny, you know what I mean? Bugs Bunny and
Animaniacs.
no. I actually don't know what that is. Good recovery.
Back in the groove. Oh,
They're just
matching each
Match
other
an
arrow by
arrow for arrow.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
All right, here's the opening.
Mhm. Oh my
Oh.
goodness.
Who started yakking about
There's
low
your
arrows?
low arrow.
know.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
they're calling
Marked
it in.
up. Yeah.
Yeah.
They marked it up to a 9?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is this the way this is going to go?
Yep, I think so.
5
This
ends?
is
Yeah.
the
For a
shoot off match.
Ay,
Yeah.
that would be awesome. Tlaxcala, Mexico, if you are hanging out with us and you're not watching this match, scan that QR code, get over to archery.tv, sign up. It is awesome what's happening right now. In the 2024 Hyundai Archery World Cup Finals, it's the men's recurve gold medal match on deck, bronze medal match currently. Vanessa, how do you properly pronounce the word Hyundai?
Hyundai.
What?
Hyundai. So,
Hyundai?
like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Hyundai.
I like that.
It's the 8th day of the week.
Hyundai.
All right. I drive a Kia, so that's easier. You know what I mean? Just easier.
Okay. Yeah, everybody wants to pronounce all the letters in Hyundai, but it's much simpler than I think people think.
I
Hyundai.
think the most creative I've ever heard was Hyundai. Hyundai.
Hyundai,
I'm like,
yeah.
wow, that's hard to say.
It's
Yeah.
harder,
Mostly in the
it's
States,
harder
people
than
just say
Hyundai.
Hyundai. Just like Hyundai. That's
Hyundai.
it.
It's almost
But it's
there,
day.
but it's
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Hyundai. It's Hyundai or Hyundai,
Hyundai.
right? Like a little Hy before.
Yeah.
The H.
pronounce the
H
first
and
Y.
Wow,
It's
we're
really
tied
cool.
again.
that
Matching arrows
the-
again.
I know. I know. It's
Okay.
all right.
If
Okay.
this is a 10, if this is a 10 by Grande, this is gonna be crazy. Oh.
Oh,
Ooh.
Oh, low again.
Mm-hmm.
Got to put the clicks back into his site.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
His coach right now is like,
My
look,
biceps
bro,
are like the size of my legs.
I bench 240 pounds. All right, you got to pull through that clicker. All right, coach.
Yeah. Or you're doing 1 rep bench maxes, like on Monday.
Now, the only previous matchup between these two was Pan American Championships 2022 in semifinal, and I remember first time I met Almeida after that, he said it was the toughest match in the tournament.
Wow.
And back then, Matias Grande was kind of this, unknown young kid from Mexico. And he was
Yeah.
like, the kid's good. It was beating him wasn't easy.
Hey, Jose from California. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate it.
Whew, jeez. I thought for sure he was going to capitalize, and he was
I
going to
thought so
shoot a 30 here. Really?
Yeah.
Ooh,
Low.
still low.
Oh no!
Running out of time.
Quick shot.
Still
Oh my
matching.
goodness.
Yeah.
They're probably thinking, thank goodness my opponent's kind of doing the same thing, just rounding the 10.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no!
Oh.
That's the match.
Yeah.
That's
Almeida's
Yeah.
not going to shoot an 8 on
over.
this.
No,
Yeah.
it's over.
Yeah, there it is.
Yep.
Gold for bronze. All right, walking away with some hardware. Good trip.
Poor Matthias.
Yeah, that was tough.
Yeah.
Right? Because part of you is thinking, man, too many clicks, right? Like that's what you said. It just, and for
Yeah.
people not shooting
Get
low,
caught
it's
up.
almost like the energy level,
Yeah.
right? Like he was just confident and
That's-
strong,
yeah.
and then
Yeah.
maybe the nerves start kicking in, you drop it a little low, bow arm starts to drop or something. Who knows? But
Mhm.
Brazil. All right.
Brazil.
Wait, you've been wearing that jacket the whole time, or did you just throw that jacket on?
He put it
He's
on
put it on
halfway.
An hour
Yeah,
ago.
put it on a couple of
Yeah.
matches ago.
Like second
I
match
had
of the
I had
day, I
the
think.
match so big, I've been cutting off most of you people. I haven't been able to see. I just shrunk it down.
Next time, we should just start putting on crazy things and see
Mm.
what point Greg
How long it takes
notices.
Greg to-
Yeah, we should. We should plan it. Mess with him.
Well, none of you have said anything about the coolest archery trophy I've ever won in my life. Okay.
Is that from Canadian Nationals?
No. No.
Close.
This is from the Chicagoland area, Northside Archery Club. It was an indoor tournament, but these are all Legos. It's a Lego
That's
trophy.
awesome.
That's
so
cool.
cool.
So they went and they designed it on the site, and then it's just Legos, and then they just have a sticker on it. But this is the logo.
Did
of
you
their
have to
club.
like assemble it yourself? Did they give you instructions?
No, it was assembled, but I've had to reassemble it about 7 times because I tip it over and then Legos go everywhere. Like what I should do is just glue them together. You know, that would be the smart thing to do, but there's no smart here.
It would have been cool if they gave you a kit to put your own trophy together.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, then it would still be in the box. Yeah.
Come on.
The coolest thing I've ever
Let
seen
me
out
tell
of
you
Lego
kids
was
something. Yeah. Well, when I was a kid, there were no actual like you can go buy the Millennium Falcon or something and then build it like a model. When I was a
No,
kid,
it was
Legos
just
were
the
just a pile of
squares.
Legos,
Yeah,
and they would just
yeah.
have you would build your own creation, use your own imagination.
Yeah. That's how it was
Now
for me.
Legos are more like models. Yeah.
Yeah, they have like big Formula One cars now. It's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm. No, what I was going to say was there's a guy when I was still really new to this, and his name was Jonathan Miller, and he's Kathy Miller's son. Kathy Miller from the USA, not Canada's Kathy Miller, and he built a quiver out of Lego, and he would wear it to U.S. nationals, and it was the entire like not a field quiver, it was like a proper target quiver with the arrows coming out the front, so it was a big thing. But he had to glue all the pieces together in order for it to stay together while he was walking, because but it was fully functional. It had little pockets and stuff like that out, and we were always like, as 14 and 15-year-old boys, all impressed that he was wearing this Lego quiver.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's awesome.
Archers are different.
No, not at all.
You said it.
Oh, Kim
First arrow of the
changed,
gold medal
not,
match. Kim
Lee.
Woo-jin with a 9 high.
Good eye.
I don't know about you guys. I'm really hoping Liu Suk wins. As
I don't know,
much
I
as
gotta-
it's
Kim's had all of his
easy-
glory at the Olympics.
I gotta root for
Yeah.
Woojin. I just have to.
You are? Okay.
Yeah.
You like the power
The legacy.
story. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's the greatest in the world right now. Okay.
Maybe Vanessa can answer this. Why does it say bear on his quiver?
Because he looks like a bear. That's his nickname. In
Yeah,
Korean, it's
big boy.
Gold. Yeah, he has a little Winnie the Pooh pen too.
I've seen that.
Yeah. Okay.
He's one of the bigger recurve archers with the smallest arm guard I've ever seen. What? It's like the size of a number 2 pencil.
Whoa.
Watch next shot. Telling you.
Size
Smash
I
Actually,
noticed
it's
that,
so-
but not the jacket.
Yeah.
That Bernardo's
The
wearing.
bright yellow, versus
I-
black.
I shrunk the feed down a little bit. Okay. I think what you
Trying
guys
to
are
pull a
looking at, I'm
Steve,
looking at
putting
a
it
little
on a little iPhone.
bit. Yeah. Yes. Yesterday, Steve Anderson couldn't connect via computer because he was at Hoyt, and the firewall prevented him from getting on to log in. So he did the entire day from
On
his cell phone.
little-
Yeah. So we're like, Steve, do you see that? He's like, no. I'm looking at a 2-inch screen right now. I can't see anything.
I love his emotion. He's just so
Yeah.
adorable. So he's now known as like the cute one in Korea. Just people loved his expressions after he won bronze. I think this match
It was
is
tough
really
for me to
special.
give him that title too, like giving it up, But I see
Oh,
it
the
now.
cute one. Oh.
Yeah, in Korea. Yeah.
In Korea.
Yeah. I'm big in Iceland. Ooh.
I love watching them shoot against each other because they just have such mutual respect and they have so much fun shooting. Ooh.
Wow.
Ooh.
I wish my bad shots were 10s.
I know.
Has anybody heard about Kim Woo-jin's future? Like, has he said anything about the possibility of retirement? Is he just continuing down the road? Whoa. Whoops. Little left low 8 there.
I translated a 45-minute interview that he did after Paris, and sounds like he has no intentions of stopping, and he's actually focused on LA.
Nice.
Oh, great. Okay.
It's such a tough question, right? Do you stop when you're at the top of your game,
Mm-hmm.
or do you feel like there's just more to come? Do you want to see how far you can go?
Yeah.
Mhm.
But Brady challenged him to a rematch in LA.
Oh, he did.
Of course he did.
Hmm.
Brady's
Yeah,
going to be like
and-
107 years old by the time LA rolls around, right?
How old are you going to be then, Greg?
Mm-mm. I'll be at the headstone down the road. No.
We'll visit you by train.
Thanks. That's full commitment right there. Chugga, chugga, yeah.
Right
there.
Kim Woo-jin on LA, like he likes to how to say, be cheeky. I don't know if that's the word. Like he likes to, he called, I'm gonna shoot 700. Yeah, now you can call me the greatest of all time. And so with this, I think he would like to go down in history as the only double Olympic champion as well. So I can totally see him motivated by that.
Yeah.
Agree.
And by the way, can I get a comment on his arm guard next time, please?
It's just a biter arm guard. I don't know why you're so worked up about it.
I'm not. I'm just saying it's tiny. It's like one of the tiniest things I've seen. Like a thing's barely
You just
there.
need to protect where the string's gonna brush. What do you need?
Might as well
Yeah,
just
but
put a piece of tape
Massive.
on it.
It's very common in recurve archery. A lot of people shoot that arm guard. I shot one.
Yeah,
I shoot one
it is.
myself.
I think it's the most
Recurve,
popular,
yeah.
or at least was the most popular.
Well,
I
it
think
comes
I'd
in
want a
so
little
many
bit more
different
coverage.
colors that you could just like
Yeah, you got to collect the
do
rainbow.
whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, you can make a quilt out of them.
Oh, nice. Good end.
Such an uncomfortable quilt.
Oh.
Can you imagine? It's itchy. I don't know.
Well, there's a great picture on the Biter website of they tie at 30. Surprise. There's a great picture on the Biter website of like there's a model named Mix Haxholm. I forget her last name, but her name, and she's wearing a necklace of Biter arm guards.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
And so
yeah.
it
In
shows
different
like,
colors.
all of the arm
Yeah.
guard colors and
That's
everything.
creative.
Like,
Yeah.
well, if you want to do that, you could do that as well. Like
Yeah,
quilt
I don't
idea
know.
and
it's really
that-
All
funny,
I'm
yeah.
hoping is that the guy who owns Biter, I'm just hoping he shows up with his Biter knocks that are gummy bears, the gummy knocks.
Those are
Uh-huh.
good.
Archery. Yeah.
For sure you're gonna meet him, Andreas. He's gonna be at Kings
awesome.
and he's gonna be at
Right,
Kings
last
for
year
sure.
he brought the bag. Yeah, someone brought me a bag back actually, and I literally
Yeah.
have not opened them up because it is the coolest gummy bear, or whatever you call it, gummy knocks. Have you seen those, Vanessa?
The jelly knocks. Jelly
Yeah,
knocks.
they're really, really good. Really good. They're not the texture that you would expect. They're not like
No,
gummy bears.
they're better.
They're more like jube
Oh, they're
jubes.
better.
You have those? Yeah.
Yeah, they don't.
They're really
They're
good.
not as sticky. Like I don't know how to explain it. They're good.
Yeah.
Ooh, nice
10.
10. He doesn't sell them though, right? Like it's just for handing out to people.
Promotion,
Like it's not
I
something
think,
you
yeah.
can purchase, right? Yeah.
No, you can buy them
Maybe
places, too.
stores. Yeah,
Oh,
I
you
think
can?
stores sell
Yeah.
them.
Oh,
Oh, that's cool. That's probably how I would get them. Ooh, that caught the 10, I think.
yeah.
They're
I
calling
think
it a
so.
10, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
think that
Just
got.
out.
Oh, they're
Yeah.
calling that out. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
I think it's out.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to see now because I shrunk the window down just so I can see if anybody puts a new jacket on, but looks like it.
Of all jackets, it's a bright yellow one too.
That's what kills me. And he had a black shirt on before that. It wasn't like he had a bright shirt on.
I think next
All right, am I
session
gonna
I'm
have to
gonna be,
take
putting the jacket on and off every match just to
There
toy
you
with
go.
Greg's head.
Definitely. I'm gonna have to take a picture and screen and send this to the group chat and say, "Look, this is what I'm looking at." I'm telling you.
Okay,
Wow,
so if we can win, then it'll be a shoot off, right? Crystal, that's what you want?
That's what I want. Oh,
We got all the matches in the afternoon too to look after. After this, we're going to take a little bit of a break, somewhere in the neighborhood of an hour, hour and a half, and then the women are going to come on stage and do the same thing. The 8 shooters will shoot down to 4 and then shoot for medal matches. So we'll take a break after this gold medal match. But is Lee playing with Kim right now? That's the question. Did he just give him 2 set points so we can go 5-5 and have Crystal live her dream?
I don't
Funny
think
stat
so.
is that they've met 11 times in the international circuit. God knows how many times they've met in Korea before, and it's actually 6-5 to Liu Sok. So
No way.
Oh.
That's
Yeah.
crazy. I would not have expected that stat.
Mm-mm.
Well, it might just be 6-6 in a minute. Right? You said 6-5 was their match?
Yeah,
history?
6-5 Liu Sok, yeah.
Yeah, so-
Kim Woo-jin can tie.
Oh,
Yeah.
110 away.
Even a 9.
possibly a 9.
Yeah, possibly a 9.
Oh, that's low.
I think that's
Eight to
out.
win.
I think, yeah.
He wants to finish it off with an X.
Yeah.
Yeah, with a quick shot, too.
That'll do.
Yeah,
that'll
he just
do.
got her done.
It doesn't matter. Just get it. He called it. He said Olympic and World Cup final champion.
Everything.
He did?
Good for him.
He did. He called it. Yep.
He's on top
What
of the
a
world.
year.
Yeah. My
He
goodness.
won a stage, won the final, 3 gold medals at the Olympics.
Yeah.
He's a new dad.
It's a good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good year.
5 of them.
His son looks exactly like him. It's so cute.
I know.
Really, really cute.
So he's Baby Bear
Yeah.
from like
Cub.
Goldilocks. Oh yeah, he's a cub.
Yeah.
That's right. Your porridge is cold. Your porridge is hot. Mhm. Wow. That was what a match.
Yeah, that was a good match.
hmm
Would have been cool to go to a shoot off in the gold medal just to finish off the morning like
Yeah.
that, but
Yeah.
it was still a high scoring match, high level. And yeah.
Yeah.
And really, I mean, of these 8 shooters, the only person that we, like from the Olympic stuff that we didn't get to see is Brady Ellison. And I don't know if you guys, I talked about this yesterday, but I don't know if you guys got to see like his little summary of the year that he did a couple of weeks ago on his Instagram. It was about 30 seconds long. I was really good indoors. I really stunk in World Archery. And then I had a good Olympics. He goes, all right, I'll see you guys next year. Like that was kind of his summation of it all. But it's also part of the reason why we're not seeing him here, where on a normal good year for him, we'd see him in the World Cup final. But
Yeah. I wonder if that was also just timing with his training too. The Olympics was obviously his focus. So then maybe he built up and peaked at the right time.
no, I think he had some other things going on. Birth of his second child, and I think some equipment stuff, and there were some other things going on. I don't know. I mean, Crystal would know better. I know Brady well, but not that well. But I'm not sure if he's an athlete who thinks a lot about peaking at certain times.
No.
Yeah,
He's
just
out
likes
to win
shooting.
everything. He's
Mhm.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
and maybe just good fortune that he was at the top of his game during Paris.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, I think
Well,
he has
he's
the
getting
mental game
interviewed.
for it that a lot of people just being there this year and seeing. There's a lot of people that freak out, I'll say, about it being the Olympics and treat it very differently. And you could see archers that shot well all year just completely different when they got on that field. So,
Well, as Kim Woo-jin is now the 2024 Hyundai Archery World Cup final gold medalist. That's going to do it for us for this session. We're going to take a break and make sure you can see it on your YouTube feed when we're coming back. We're going to have the same panel. We're coming back for the final matches of this year's World Cup final. We're going to have women recurve on deck, and the level of archery is going to be insane. So thanks so much for joining us. Thanks to my panel. We'll see you real soon from the 2024 Hyundai Archery World Cup Finals.